What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another episode of the showcase. Behind me here we have a 2006 Hummer H2. This is the 6-liter V8, 325 horsepower, weighing in at about 6,700 pounds. And this is the most controversial vehicle I believe GM has ever made. So let's dive into it, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So there are Hummer H1s in the military that are cool, but then GM decided to make a civilian version and a obtainable one to the general public, and they made the H2 and the H3, this one being an H2. And let me just say, I don't see the hype behind any of this. This is probably the worst vehicle GM has ever produced, honestly. So, real quick, just looking at the outside features. The outside reminds me too much of it's trying to be a Jeep. Like, I get Jeep vibes from the very front. Seriously. Again, you will notice the wheelbase of this thing is very, very weird. It's not long enough to be considered a truck, but it's like, it almost looks like it's like smushed and compiled together. The front doors are bigger than the back. There's absolutely no bed. You can fit maybe a suitcase back there. In fact, let's go look. Yeah. Very little room for activity, so there went that for utility. I feel like to be a utility vehicle, you need to have cargo space for, especially in a bed of a truck, which this is trying to be. Let's walk around to this side. Again, off-road, I guess it's fine for off-road. I mean, off-road, I still would rather have a Jeep. Let's just be honest. However, I see what it's trying to do, but it fails. So we got the H2 badging up here with the chrome, more chrome. This thing has chrome where chrome shouldn't be, especially these rain guards here, chromed out. I don't know how I feel about that. Gas cap chrome, wheels chrome, and not much to see back here. Alright, let's take a look at the interior, which I think is even worse. This is probably the worst interior I've ever seen. Again, coming from a GM car, every GM car its interior is questionable, but this takes it to a whole new level. Let's get in and let's dive into the features here. Okay, now that's a little more quiet in here, let's go ahead and talk about what this thing has as features. So, yeah, for starters, everything in this vehicle is plastic. It's all bland black plastic. I don't understand, but then they went ahead and got leather seats. I don't understand that either. Back seats, again, I mean, this thing, it looks like it would be roomy, but it really isn't that roomy. I would rather have a full-size Silverado truck than one of these. Honestly, this vehicle serves no purpose. GM has made a vehicle that serves everything this thing was set out to do so much better. I don't understand why they made this. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Oh, that was the wrong one. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Again, you do have the 6-liter V8. I guess. So gas mileage is horrendous. GM and the 6-liter doesn't go together. The gas mileage sucks on every 6-liter. Let's start over here. This actually is the very back window. So that's pretty cool. I'll give it that. We still got the dial stuff here, but it's a 2006. I'll let it slide on the dial stuff and the more analog type stuff. Over here, hands-free calling, and that's it. We got radio controls. Hands-free calling, I think's cool. 06, they were becoming standard at this time, but kind of cool to see that on here. This thing has a lot of miles, but it's no excuse. They all look the same. I mean, this is pretty much the gauge cluster out of a Trailblazer, Silverado, whatever. It's the same. Very lacking. It tells information you need, and that's it. Over here, one thing though I notice is this head unit here. I believe this is aftermarket, so I'm not going to include this in the score. Even though it shows navigation, I'm just going to say this is aftermarket and it doesn't count. But this does have an aftermarket head unit. Here we've got our off-road controls, like 4 up, 4 low, lock. Yeah. And we've got the GM climate options, which are in every GM car since the late 90s. They've looked the same. And probably my least favorite thing about the interior is the gear selector. Is it trying to be an airplane? I don't understand. It's a Hummer. I don't know. Horrendous. It's big and awkward. I don't know. We do have 1, 2, 3 down here. Drive, neutral, reverse, and park. This thing does OnStar, which is pretty cool. GM cars will have OnStar. And we got 12 volts, a bunch of cigarette lighters here. Then over here, you know, turn the airbag off and stuff like that. Up here, we got garage door opener, pretty standard. These things are massive. So, and we do have a sunroof. Awesome. So it's got that going for this thing. You know I like my sunroofs. So yeah, that's it. This is just a drive. This thing just drives, and that's it. I will say, I mean, for an off-road, if it served an off-road purpose, I guess, I mean, you can call it. But everything else, no. This thing is so cheap. Like, everything is just 3D printed plastic. I mean, it's, I don't know. This reminds me of an Avalanche, a Chevy Avalanche with H2 badges everywhere. That's exactly what this is. Sorry, not sorry if you like this thing. I do not. Not impressed. Although, coming over here, looks like we've got some seat climate. Cool. Very weird. Again, very weird how they chose leather for this. I don't understand. They could have done cloth and would have been okay, not trying so hard. But yeah, let's go to the outside, get some final looks. Sorry about the noise in the back. People over there are doing some construction. So our little area here is going to be pretty noisy today. So, all right, let's talk about exterior. I don't like it. It looks like it is like scrunched together. Like it's so compact. The wheelbase is weird. There's no trunk space. There's no bed space for anything. I don't know why they even put one on here. You can fit maybe a suitcase and a bag back there. That's it. Chrome everywhere where chrome shouldn't be. I hate it. And it's trying to be too much like a Jeep in the front. I hate it. Don't like that. It's not looking good for this. This is probably one of the worst vehicles GM has ever produced. So, just some final thoughts. Let's step back in where it's quiet. All right, time to give this thing a score. Exterior 50. No. Exterior, no. This thing, exterior-wise, not good. It's an H1. If it was an H1, exterior is better. But this just tries too hard to be an H1. And it rips from the Jeep, and it's not it. Interior, 50. This thing sucks. This interior is just, it's all cheap plastic. Looks like it was what's recycled from the Silverado they threw in this thing. I don't know. This is not good. This is the worst vehicle GM has ever produced, and I will stand by that till the day I die. All right, now for the drivability slash drivetrain. We do have off-road features. Very, very nice to see. You can lock, you know, your off-road stuff. You can get it done. You can tow with this thing. It's got the 6-liter V8. Bad gas mileage. However, this isn't trying to be an economically friendly vehicle, so that doesn't matter. I'll give it a 75. You know, it's right in the middle of, you know, we got a nice V8 in the front, plenty of power. This thing's heavy though. We got off-road controls, good. So yeah, I think it'd be a pretty good off-roader, but so 75 for the drivetrain. So we've got 50, 50, 75. All right, guys, we've got an average showcase score of the 06 Hummer H2 to a 58. This thing, it deserves that score, 58. Give me feedback what you think of the H2, and yeah, I'll see you guys next episode. See ya.